Hi, well, thank you so much for joining me. It's such a great time for you because you just put out a new track. How are you feeling to have it out there?
I feel really good about it. I've been sitting on it for a little bit, about a year, so it feels good to finally get it out there.
Yeah, and it looks like it's received some good attention from Triple J as well, which named it like the track of the day. So what's the reaction been like so far?
Yeah, it's been really good. I think people are really seem to be excited about the new direction of music that I'm taking, and yeah, I think it's been received really well. I think it being like a party song, people are really excited about that, so I'm happy.
Yeah, and tell us more about this new direction. What made you decide to go with this sound for this release?
Um, Honestly, I just kind of I realized that I always listened to Britney Spears, Nelly Furtado, and like her collab with Timbaland. I've always been listening to club music, but I've never really made it. But I realized that Gimme More by Britney Spears was one of my most listened to songs every year. And I was like, why am I not making music like this? Like it's literally my favorite. So that, yeah, I think just the realization of the music that I actually listen to making it now for myself is why I started doing it.
Yeah, and look, you can't go wrong with some good old Britney Spears, right?
Oh my God, my queen.
Yeah, so it's good that you've been experimenting with making music that you enjoy listening to yourself. Considering this is like a new direction for you, did you face any challenges or what was the production process like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I produce all of my music by myself, so I think the biggest challenge was getting it to a point where I felt like it was good enough, especially because I haven't really produced music in this direction before, so it was kind of I was kind of in between two minds if I should get somebody else to come on board and produce the songs for me. But I realized that just with a little bit of time and like trusting myself and trusting the process, I got it in the end.
Yeah, it's always hard to know whether you should do it on your own or whether you could get someone, but it's good that you're happy enough to put it out there because it is a great track and we love it.
Thank you. Yeah.
And you have such a diverse musical background as well, which I guess listening to this track as well as your previous releases, how do you go about blending them? Because you've got a really good variety in what you put out there as well.
Yeah. I think the music that I have out as Vetta Borne has really just been my journey of finding my sound and like who I am and what sound I want to stick with. And I think you can definitely see that through all the EPs that I've dropped over time. It's been like 3 or 4 years since I started this project and finding my sound. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just always growing and who knows, the music might change again, but I think this is definitely going to be the direction I stick with for a while.
Yeah. And your songwriting's been recognized by some great artists, Sarah Aaron's being one. So how has this helped you grow and learn as a creative?
I mean, I think it's important to surround yourself with people who you really look up to, people that you really admire and you love their work. I think it kind of motivates you to push yourself in a lot of different ways and just grow out of your comfort zone. Yeah, I think that's been the most helpful part of connecting with these other writers for me.
Yeah, and when you say like grow out of your comfort zone, what are some things that have helped you as an artist find who you are and become more comfortable?
I think working with people that I never thought I would work with. I do a lot of producing and writing for other artists as just like my everyday job. And I kind of find that even though my own music is I'm making this electronic dance music, I somehow work really well with country folk artists and writing for them. But just taking in and learning wherever I go and just keeping an open mind and leaving my ego at the door, I think that's really helped me.
Yeah, I think that's really good advice. And in saying that, who would be like your dream people to work with and learn from in the industry?
Oh, I would really love to work with Pharrell, the Neptunes. Chad Hugo and Pharrell. Janet Jackson is like my dream collaboration, of course. And one day, if it was possible, Britney Spears.
Yes, we'd love to see that collab one day too. Like that would be top notch.
Oh, I think I would pass out.
And you've had some great opportunities to perform live. Like you've had an amazing time to perform, open up for the Drax project. So tell me more about that and what you're learning as yourself during those live performances.
It's been good. It's been really great. Jack's project, the whole team is super lovely. I already know Charlie as well, who's touring with us too. So it's been a really good, wholesome, fun tour. Um, Something I've learned from it, this is the first time that I've played a couple shows without a band at all, where it's just been me. So I'm learning a lot about myself when I don't have people to share the stage with. It's kind of all eyes on me. And I'm learning a lot on how I handle that situation and just how to look more comfortable doing that.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a big adjustment to get used to. Was it a personal decision not to have your band, or how come you're doing this solo for the opening?
Well, I have my band for the Sydney and Melbourne shows, but it really just comes down to budget and being able to afford it. Especially in this climate, being able to afford to bring my whole band with me everywhere I go is just not doable at the moment. Eventually, I hope so, because it's so much better with them, but I'm definitely doing my best and putting 100% when I'm by myself anyway.
Yeah. And you're based in Melbourne, so tell me more about how that local music scene in Melbourne has influenced, I guess, your sound and your career path.
Yeah, I think growing up, I grew up in I'm down in the southeast suburbs in Dandenong, and I think the music taste down here is just so elite because it's all like people of color, it's very multicultural. And I kind of grew up on 90s R&B, like Ashanti and Ja Rule, and just I've been heavily influenced by R&B my whole life. And I kind of found my way. Of course, like everybody knows Britney Spears in the 90s and like all that kind of music. So I think it's just I think the area that I've been in has really shaped my taste in music for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And we're really excited to see what you put out there as well. So we're in well, April now. So I guess what are your plans for the rest of the year and what do you have in store?
Definitely more music. There's a lot more music coming out this year. Some more shows and more videos.
Yeah, well, as I said, we're really excited to see what you put out there. That's pretty much all my questions. Did you have any other comments you wanted to add about this particular release or anything that you're working on at the moment?
No, it's just talk about the EP. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, tell us more about like the EP and yeah.
Yeah, the EP is in the same direction as you can tell with 4040. It's gonna be very energetic, very fun, very sexy. Yeah, that'll come out soon.
Yeah, and lyrically, like what sort of themes would this new EP explore?
You can definitely expect the same sort of tone as 4040, just very tongue in cheek, very hot.
Yeah, well, we're really excited for the EP and especially see these videos that you mentioned as well. Yeah, well, thank you so much for your time and best of luck with all your future projects.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. See ya.